What is up, guys? Rick, I've become a Warlock fanboy. Kackis here. Thank you so much for stopping by, and today we are going to be showcasing an incredibly powerful Warlock build within Destiny 2 Season of the Worthy. When using it, you can throw a grenade every 2 seconds. It's absurd, and so let's get started. But just before we do you guys like free stuff? How about a free pair of ASTRO A40s plus the mix amp? Thanks to my partnership with ASTRO, that's what I'm giving away. Don't worry, this ain't a fake silver giveaway. All you gotta do to enter is follow me on Twitter at RickKackis and tweet at me something with the hashtag WarlockRick. Yeah, I'm running out of ideas. And that's it. No liking, favoriting, sharing, telling 10 friends, or any of the usual stuff people are tricked into doing for these giveaways, but if you want to do that, that'd be sweet. Now, if you're very impatient, you can always click the link in the description down below. Doing so is going to apply a discount to any ASTRO product right now. So let's get started on this build. It all revolves around the Voidwalker Warlock, specifically the bottom tree Attunement of Hunger. This got an absolutely massive buff with Season of the Worthy. Mainly, we're talking about the Insatiable perk. Now, this bottom tree is all about triggering Devour. Once you get a melee kill, or you can actually hold down your grenade and consume it, this will also trigger Devour, or now, just with this update, getting kills with your Nova Bomb will trigger Devour, but all of that stuff is done to trigger Devour. Once Devour is triggered, every kill is going to heal you back to full. Already a very powerful ability. But just with this season, now because of Insatiable, it's also going to recharge your grenade 16 to 24% depending on the tier of enemies. So as long as Devour is going and you're getting kills, your grenade is recharging like absolutely crazy. So this comes to the build. First off, we're using weapons with the perk Demolitionist. Kills with this weapon generate grenade energy. Activating your grenade ability reloads this weapon from reserves. So not only are you getting the grenade recharge from Devour, you're also getting even more from Demolitionist. Now, this perfect paradox is one of the best Demolitionist weapons out there, and I'm using one with 1-2 punch in order to more regularly get melee kills and trigger Devour. Now, in terms of your armor, this build is all about grenades, so put on as many discipline mods as you can to even increase the regen of your grenades more so. But we're also going to pair it with whatever mods actually benefit the weapons you're using, so obviously using that perfect paradox, enhanced shotgun loader, fantastic choice. But then we come down to the exotic armor piece, and this is where the build starts to come together. We're using the Nezarec Sin exotic helmet. Now what this does is void damage kills increase ability energy recharge rate. So whenever you damage anything with void, your abilities will start to regen faster. You can actually see it in game. They'll start to just climb faster and faster and faster for using void damage. And then because we're doing this, we're specifically using a couple of weapons that just make this build insane. Firstly, we have the Reckless Oracle. Very importantly, this is a void weapon, so it works with Nezarec Sin and Abyssal Extractors, but it also spawns with Demolitionist. So it's synergy upon synergy upon synergy. Now, this does spawn in the raid, and if you're like, oh my goodness, I have to do a raid to get this weapon, don't worry. Thankfully, the brand new Moon Bunker is awarding the 7th Seraph SI-2. It's another void weapon that, as you can see, can spawn with Demolitionist, and this will work great with that build. So, 2 weapons with Demolitionist, 1 has to be void, and then for your heavy, you can just use a good void heavy. Now, in terms of the rest of the armor, it's more perks that help with your weapons and discipline mods all the way down until we get to the class armor. For this one, you definitely want to be using a solar energy bond, and you want enhanced ashes to assets ×2 if you can. This is going to give you more super energy for getting grenade kills, and we are getting nothing but grenade kills. So your super is going to be charging way more. And again, because of the most recent update to the subclass, using your super and getting kills with your Nova Bomb will start Devour and start this whole crazy chain as well. So it's very synergistic. Okay, so that is it for the build. How does it perform in game? Well, you can see the power of all these synergies, all of these recharge rates all working together when I'm here in the menagerie. If I have Devour active and I get just 3 kills on normal red bars with a weapon that has Demolitionist, I get my grenade back. And that is so easy to do. Now, when you include Abyssal Extractors and start using a Void weapon, it's like 2 kills. So get 2 kills with a Void weapon, get your grenade back. It'll technically not quite be recharged, you'll have to wait like 1 more second, but then it'll be recharged. And this just means that you are throwing nothing but grenades over and over and over again and getting so many kills with them. And this means that you are constantly re-triggering Devour, because once you get it started by getting a melee kill, a normal kill will constantly re-trigger it. So every grenade kill is reapplying Devour, healing you, getting you even more grenade regen, and charging your super like crazy. I honestly think enhanced ashes to assets really brings this build together. It means that you're actually getting a more tangible reward for just constantly spamming grenades. Because yeah, throwing grenades at literally every enemy is fantastic, but you know, if you have a really, really powerful weapon, if you have a mountaintop, it's not like you're gonna have a hard time killing those enemies, right? So why do you really need a grenade? Well, the payoff is that insanely fast recharge for your super. And guys, not only was this subclass buffed in terms of adding the grenade recharge, having the super trigger grenades, all of that stuff, but the actual super itself was also buffed. So they did reduce the linger damage per tick from 27 to 24, but they increased the duration of the linger damage from 5 to 7 seconds. So overall, on a singleton target, you're going to be doing way more damage with that lingering effect from your Nova Bomb. But they also increased the projectile speed by 33%, so it's much easier to hit targets. In fact, it goes so fast and so straight, I was often like overshooting. It takes a little bit to get used to, but being able to just yeet your Nova Bomb and hit enemies from far away and get those kind of precise shots on exactly what enemy you want to hit is very, very advantageous. So you can bring this build into any sort of activity where there's a lot of enemies. That's where it really shines, being able to just throw a grenade and get 3 or 4 kills, recharge 25% of your super just for doing that. It really synergizes with just constantly getting a lot of kills. It's a very hungry build. So stuff like Menagerie, Strikes, Reckoning, Gambit, stuff like the new Seraph Tower activity. This is fantastic for just spawn trapping enemies coming out of those ships. It's unreal, just throwing nothing but grenades, keeping everyone outside of that Seraph Tower circle so you can spawn as many orbs as you possibly can. But where it really shines is when Grenadier is an active modifier. Oh my goodness. You can see some background gameplay of us playing Reckoning, which is still a very relevant activity. Spare Rations is still amazing. In fact, Gnawing Hunger, the auto rifle, is now top tier and people are going for that as well. So very relevant activity. Grenadier is a rotating modifier. And this build just slaps when it's active. Like you can see, I'm throwing grenades constantly. I don't even bother to shoot my guns because of Grenadier combined with the Abyssal Extractors perk means that the void damage from my own grenade is enough to recharge the next one. So it's just constant grenades over and over and over again, which is recharging my super so much. I felt when I was playing this activity like it was the old school Voidwalker Cataclysm Warlock with the Skull of Dire Ahamkara before it was nerfed. Like that's how often I was using my super. It was insane. It was pretty much every single point along that bridge I had my super recharged. It's unbelievable. But this absolute insanity involving the grenades is just one aspect of this build. The other aspect, which is so nice, is the incredible survivability. Every single kill you get, every single kill, no matter where you are in terms of health, you could be 1 damage away from dying, it'll instantly heal you. Like, that is such a powerful ability, and what it does is it lets you play a lot more aggressively, and it lets you forego the usual healing tactics. if I wasn't in the presence of a well during that bridge encounter during Reckoning, normally I'd just be getting destroyed by the snipers and I'd just be dying constantly. But with this build, it has that built-in survivability from Devour, so as long as I'm getting kills, I am just healing myself back to full constantly. And when you're using damage over time grenades, which I would recommend using for this build, you can throw one and it will consistently get kill after kill after kill. So you can be working on a big, like, high tier enemy, a major, a mini boss, whatever, and fighting that guy and getting shot, and your grenade is off in the corner ticking down and killing thrall after thrall after thrall, for example. So you're healing yourself while you're fighting that big enemy, and that happened all the time for me. Super, super beneficial. So that is the benefits of using this build. Now let's talk about some tips when you're using it. So the absolute main thing is to proc Devour. You want that more than anything. So you can do that by the normal method of just getting a melee kill, but often that can put you in danger. If you don't have Devour procced, you're not going to get that healing effect or anything like that. Because you are putting everything into grenades, and I originally actually had this kind of split between grenades, and then I had a bunch of mods to increase my melee regen, but I realized that's just not necessary. If you focus absolutely everything on grenades, what you can do is you can hold down your grenade. This is one of the most useful features of this build. You hold the grenade button and you consume that grenade. It will start Devour, so that means 3 kills or 2 kills, you get your grenade back. So 2 seconds later, you get your grenade back, so it wasn't much of a cost to use a grenade, and you're also going to heal yourself in that scenario. So if you're in danger, just consume your grenade, trigger Devour, heal yourself, and then start chaining everything. Another thing I kind of had to teach myself to do when using this build is use my super way more aggressively. I'm so used to saving it for the perfect moment, saving it for the boss fight. But with this build, you're getting your super back so often that you really often want to use it on just, 3 red bars to trigger Devour and get this whole thing going and get your super back, by the time any sort of powerful enemies show up. It really is worth using your super more often than not. Don't save it, be very aggressive with it. And so guys, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed, found this interesting, and if you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickKackis. That's linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.